Yo squad, what is up? It's your dude PinoE here, and for today we got some sneaker news and some fuckery. I don't want to waste any time on this intro, so hit that like button and let's go. For today's video, we're going to kick this off with Vans, and these guys have been on fire lately with their collaborations, and this next one on the way with the gang from Peanuts is no exception. The two have a long history together, dating back to the 80s, and today Vans officially revealed their Peanuts collection. Featuring a number of classic silhouettes for men, women, and children, the collection includes the skate-high, authentic, slip-on, and flip-flops, with matching apparel featuring characters like Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Joe Cool, and the rest of the gang. I think Vans killed this one. Very dope collection that drops tomorrow on Vans.com along with select retailers. Let's move over to Adidas, and up first we have the Adidas Alpha Bounce Forge Fiber. To be honest with you all, I really don't give a shit about this shoe. I don't like it, I'm not a fan of it, but the tech is pretty cool. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, watch this video. If you're not, then fast forward 2 minutes and 20 seconds and I'll catch you at the end.
Why do organic things build themselves the way they do? It's generally based on really functional principles.
A lot of the work that we've been doing in the Future team really looks at biomimicry, looking at how cell structures grow.
You can actually mimic nature visually and just create something that looks natural, or you can actually study the science of it. It looks often quite random, even though there is an order to it. That randomness builds in strength. Every sport is about movement. Every athlete is unique. They all have different needs. And when we are designing products for them, we're trying to create the very best for them to support their movement. Forged fiber is a TPU-coated yarn. What we're trying to achieve here are varying properties throughout the upper. So in some areas, we want it to be stretchy and open and breathable. And in some areas, we want it to be strong and provide lockout and maybe even protective.
The whole process is a balance of efficiency and sustainability. Trying to use less to do more, we can reduce. Creating the maximum amount of performance out of this one material, the thread. And what we do is we stitch that into an upper material that already has breathability, flexibility, and comfort. What's really amazing is just by changing angles and overlaying the layers,
we can achieve those multi-directional properties of lockout and conformity.
Heat and pressure are extremely important to this process.
Forging it into the upper material, creating a composite.
And running is more about linear movement.
We want to hold you down in the midsole so that your running gait cycle is smooth.
But for basketball, we want to be much more prescriptive in certain areas of the shoe, like on the lateral for heavy cutting. And we can change the density of the stitching to create these higher levels of strength, specifically where we need it. And we can even get into starting to tune this for different size athletes.
The possibilities in where we can take this and provide real benefit to our consumer are unlimited.
So yeah, that kind of stuff interests me. Now let's see what Adidas decides to do with that tech. I'm willing to bet whatever that is, it's going to have a white boost mid. Up next, we have these, the Adidas Ultra Boost 3.0 Purple. For this go-around, Adidas chose to go with the purple prime knit upper featuring translucent purple cage, a navy blue heel counter, a white mid, and a black outsole. Now guys, pay attention. Unless you have these, or you're this guy, then these shoes are not for you. Here's my opinion why I say that. The purple is whatever. You like it or not, that's not my issue with this pair. But the purple with the shiny silver makes these a little feminine. Guys, don't do it. Girls, go nuts. Summer 2017 is when they drop for $180. Up next for Adidas, we have the Adidas EQT Support ADV in a summer-ready triple white, coming dressed in a white textile upper, a white TPU cage wrapping around the heel, an EVA midsole, and matching white three-stripe branding. Clean pair, and if you want them, they're available now at retailers like Inflammable. I said it a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to say it again, this new Parley Adidas Ultra Boost collection is the nicest one they put out yet, in my humble opinion, of course. This one here is called the Coral Bleaching Collection, and like their past collaborations, is made up of the Ultra Boost Uncaged, and Ultra Boost X silhouettes. Continuing with their Save the Planet message, the Coral Bleaching is an effect of the warming sea temperatures, and once again, I like the cause. What I don't understand is that the shoes all come equipped with an NFC chip, which provides a unique digital experience to learn more about the Adidas Parley partnership, as well as the Parley Air strategy. Anyway, enough about these. The collection drops in store and online on June 8th. It's been a while since we first saw images of the Adidas Ultra Boost 3.0 multicolor, and now we have the official images and a release date. If you're a fan of the Adidas multicolor, then this is a must-have for you, coming in a multicolor prime knit upper featuring a black cage, black heel counter, white mid, and a black outsole. The date for these is July 1st, and you could expect a price increase. These will drop for $200. Before we move on from Adidas, let's take a break right here and talk about fuckery of the bitch-assness kind. You might remember this image. I posted it on Instagram and used it as a thumbnail a couple weeks back when we found out about a new pair coming in a semi-frozen raw steel and red colorway. This image was photoshopped by Sneaker Bar Detroit, and like I mentioned in my video a couple weeks back, it wasn't meant to be a depiction of what the shoe will look like, but rather a look at what the colors being used are. A couple days later, we got this image, and although nobody really knows how the pair is going to come out, it's likely to be close to something like this. So what's the problem, right? A new colorway and a couple photoshops, PinoE is tripping, and he's just gonna expose himself again. Well, nah, not this time, because what we have here is a display of how shitheads can see a picture and start pumping these out. That's right, they took a Photoshop, called up their fake squad and screamed, YOLO, let's roll bitches, and got to work pumping out fakes. I usually save this kind of shit for my fake 100 videos, and trust me, I'm sure this pair will make it into one of those as they start hitting the fake sites. But I had to include it today in case anyone didn't understand that the original picture was just a Photoshop. What's crazy here is this shows just how quickly the fuckboys could turn around a pair from concept to production. Think about it. In 2 weeks, they sourced the materials in a colorway that matched the Photoshop, and they're now producing and selling them. 2 fucking weeks to go from concept to product. If these guys weren't all related to Captain Shithead, I'd actually be impressed, but fuck them, let's move on. Over to Nike, and first up for the Beaverton brand, we have the official images of the Nike KD10 University Red. So far, we've seen 2 colorways of this model, coming in a white and a gray upper, so this marks the first pair to be hit with a vibrant color in a University Red and black Flyknit upper. The pair's finished off with a black heel counter and black branding, sitting on a speckled mid and a white outsole. There's no exact date yet known, but you could expect these to drop sometime in September with a $150 price tag. Next up, and I completely forgot to mention this in last night's video, but if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen me post this sheet up. The reason behind this post was a shoe marked on July 22nd, the Lebron 14 low. So yeah, that's about all we know. There's a Lebron 14 low on the way. It drops July 22nd. It will come in a black and white colorway, and the retail price for the model is $150. Stay tuned for a leak. It's surely on the way. Up next for Nike, we got a first look at the Nike Kyrie 3 N7. The Nike Basketball N7 collection is expected to release sometime this month in June, and well, I guess this year it's going to include a Kyrie. This pair will release featuring a white upper with hits of yellow on the sock liner, tongue, and Nike swoosh branding, with black accenting on the medial side of the shoe wrapping around to the heel. The pictures here are grade school sizing, and the pair will drop on June 21st in men's and grade school for $120. And last up for Nike, just like I said a couple weeks back, we received confirmation today that the Nike Vapor Max in Triple Black is releasing. I was wrong on the date, however. I thought the pair was going to drop on June 20th, but the confirmed date is set for June 22nd. Like the previous release, these will come out in a black and anthracite colored Flyknit upper with the smoked out black Vapor Max unit. Oh yeah, before we go, the pair will be available in both men's and women's sizing. It will sell out right away, and retail is the regular $190. Over to Jordan Brand, and first up we have, well, these are dope. The Air Jordan 1 Low Swooshless Ice Blue. This pair comes dressed in an ice blue suede upper that's completed with faux snakeskin detailing, wax laces, a leather Nike branded tongue tag, and a clean white outsole. There's one catch though. These are a grade school exclusive, so unless you fit in extended grade school sizing, you're shit out of luck. If you do fit into grade school, then heads up, these release on June 7th. Now stay tuned for more on release locations and pricing, because I'll have that for you soon. We're almost at the end of today's video, and up on screen we have new images of the Air Jordan 1 Flyknit Bred, and this really hurts my sneakerhead soul looking at this pair. I'm not sure if it's the loose Flyknit pattern or the leather wings logo, but something looks off and not right about them. But hey, they drop in September, and if you like them, then all you have to do is pay $40 more than the OG's release for, put down $200, and they're yours. And last up for today, we have the Grandma ones and a detailed look at the Air Jordan 1 Flyknit Royal. I'm sorry, I'm just not feeling these. The upper comes completed in Flyknit in the iconic Royal colorway, with leather hitting the swoosh, wings logo, and tongue tag. Speaking of the tongue tag, the pair will sport the Nike Air logo, but that's not enough to save them for me. Still a pass. When it comes to the release details, there's no exact date yet known, but they will drop in September, and the retail price, $200. I'm good. And that does it for today's video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe, join the squad. If you have something to say, leave it in the comments below. And I'm out.